Hello architects and welcome back to another RPG Architect tutorial. My name is Bert and today we will be setting up what is another classic staple of the JRPGs of ancient times, aka the 1990s, and that is going to be the airship. So we will be going into the vehicle section. We're just going to create a simple airship that can fly over this whole map, nothing too fancy, but for starters, preliminary work I did was I took this this map from the 2D sample project. It is just one single image that Noob K made, and I created a new map. Like I said, I'm in the 2D sample new map here, or 2D template, excuse me. And then under database, I created a new tile set, just called world map. It is that one single image, and the only thing I did here was I set up collisions so that you cannot walk on the water or the mountains or anything like that. Just something basic. But that's all I did preliminarily. Is that a word? Preliminarily? Anyway, the real work we're doing today will be under vehicles. There's already a red car selected or created, but we will be creating a new one, calling it airship. We need to set up our sprite and our model, so I've got these imported ahead of time as well. So I'm just going to use the good old buttons up here. Select the first one, 4 directions, 2 frames, 16 wide, 32 tall. Okay, that's that for that. And then we need a idle sprite for when it's just sitting there. So let's do this. 4 directions, 1 frame, 16 wide, 32 high. That's our sprite. We can leave it as a billboard shape. Does not matter for the top-down 2D look we're going for. If we don't need a collider again for this, but we're going to set all this up. I'm going to leave ignore entity collision on because I don't want to be bumping into the airship on the world map. I want to be able to just pass through it freely. If you need any kind of switches or triggers to register when you do that, you could turn this on. I don't need it necessarily. I am going to use ignores gravity, is clipping is correct, and prevent falling. These are the only ones I need. For my example, you can set the speed right here. 5 is fine. Interaction will be the player action buttons, so how you get on the ship, how you get off the ship. Virtual key cancel, so for the 2D sample or template project, that will be the escape key by default. If you have world map encounters set up and you want to ignore them while you're on the ship, I think you just set in 0, so 0% encounter rate. I don't have any encounters set up on this world map, so I can leave it at 100. I'll be fine. I don't need the caterpillar system on because I don't need other airships following me. But if you were doing that, like maybe you had like a mech, like a Gundam mech or something like that, or Xenogears, and you have a bunch of other ships following you, you could do that probably. Is character visible? It doesn't need to be. We don't need our character sprite. We want him to be invisible on the ship. And then we can set up custom music. I have a song called We're Bird People Now. If you get the reference, then good on you, mate. Now down here we have tile tags. So if you have special vehicles, say like the canoe in Final Fantasy IV, or I think Final Fantasy III had several airships that could only pass over certain terrain, you can set that up here. So you would do like tile tag. Or say like a boat, you have boats in a lot of games too, so you set up a new tile tag, call it ocean, then you would tag all the ocean tiles with that tag here, I believe, and I got lost. Set that up here, and then under vehicles you could specify it is restricted to the ocean or it can pass over the ocean, stuff like that. You can get real custom heavy with your vehicles, but we just have your standard airship that can fly over anything, does not get any encounters. So yeah, we're good there. All right, so up here in the scripting area, you have entering script, exiting script, entered, and exited. We don't need anything special for entering or exited. We will be doing entered and exiting. So I'm gonna start off with entered script. And all I need here is a move entity to set up the animation. So I'm gonna do self, wait for completion, and then we're gonna change sprite. And I believe on this A2 sprite sheet, what I'm gonna do is 4 directions, 1 frame, 16 by 32. We're gonna start with this second row here. This is the lifting off sequence, so that one. And then I'm gonna copy and paste. We're gonna change this one to the next frame. Copy and paste, change it to the next frame. Copy and paste, change it to the next frame. Copy and paste, change it to the next frame. Then wait 100. Copy and paste here, 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 and here. That's just to smooth out the animation. And then lastly, I'm gonna copy and paste this one more time, drag it down. I love that I can drag scripts now. And now after all that, we need to end on the flying sprite. So I'm gonna come back here and just change this to 2 frames. And so now at the end of the liftoff, it'll cycle between this animation here, okay? Then that's that. Also, I can add in sound effects. So let's play a sound effect before liftoff. I have 2 I made. I think slow is the liftoff one, and then fast is the one that's supposed to loop as you are flying. I was having a little bit of an issue with this one in test, but we'll see if it works now. This is how it's supposed to look. You know, you play the liftoff sound effect, trigger the animation, play the looping sound effect, but if I mess up, it'll be alright. Hey everyone, Editor Bert here. I realized as I was putting this video together where I went wrong, because yes, this does not work properly, this sound effect. When I get to the end and I do end up testing the airship, the reason it messed up is because I used play sound effect instead. What I should have done was used play background effect. So play sound effect will play the sound one time and stop. Play background effect will loop. So what I should have done was play background effect here, okay? And then my fast sound effect, boom. That's what I should have done. Okay, back to the show. All right, that's it for the entered script. Now on exiting, when you exit, we need to save where our player is. So we're gonna go to party as the source, map X, we need to get the X, Y, and Z coordinates, and we're going to save it to a target variable. I have already created these, player map X, Y, and Z, and one more we will get to. So at map X saves to player map X, map Y saves to player map Y, and map Z saves to player map Z. There we go. XYZ, XYZ, there we go. And now we're gonna get the tile information. Our type is going to be collision. We're gonna set the strategy to closest. And then we're gonna use these variables that we just saved. So under X, you got it. It's gonna be X, Y, Z, and then the target will be that 4th variable, tile collision status, okay? Now, last up, we have to set up a conditional branch, because we don't want to be able to land just anywhere. We can fly anywhere, but we can't land on the ocean. You know, you don't want to get those propellers wet, really. That would not be good. So the condition will be global variable if tile collision status is equal to 1, so aka if it is over the ocean or mountains, if the collision status, those little X's we set up on tile set. As we cross over these X regions, it will be, the collision status will be true, so it'll be 1. Vehicle. So if the value is set to 1, then we cannot land. So we will set up vehicle, cancel, vehicle exit. We can go a little bit further with it, and we will set up an animation. Entity, move entity. We need it to be self, wait to complete. Same thing as we did for the takeoff. Let's do, here we go. 4 directions, 1 frame, 16, 32. And we're going to start with the top of the animations. We'll do that. Copy and paste. Next in line. 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 There we go. And then, like before, we're going to do a wait command just to smooth the animation out. 100 milliseconds will work. There, and there. Okay. Apply that. And the last thing I'm going to do under this then is we want to stop the sound effect because, or stop background effect. Or I'm sorry, stop all. Where am I at? Stop background effects with the S at the end. We just want it to cancel the propeller sound. Because if you don't do that there and you try to land in the ocean, they're just going to start to stack. It won't. It'll replay the animation from the entered script after this, right? So, if you're not sure what I mean, you can try it out without that, and you'll see that the sound effects start to stack up. So that's why that's there. Otherwise, if we can land, if we are not over the ocean, then we are going to stop background effects. We're going to wait for a second. Control flow, wait. Wait commands are your friend, trust me. 100. We are going to play the slow down sound effect. Propeller slow. You know, these propeller sounds, these are just for this setup, you know, for this example. You might not have those necessarily, but. And then actually we're gonna play this same animation. So I'm just gonna copy this entity, this move entity, because it's gonna touch down, but it's actually gonna land. And paste there, and there we go. I think that's it. So I think I got everything. Hit OK. Now last, actually, I'm going to add the airship here. Just right click when you got your entities selected and select airship. Boom, there it is on the map. This is my starting position here. And let's try it out. Okay, we got a song playing. I cannot walk into the ocean. Cannot walk into the mountains. Okay, walk over this. There we go. Got the animation playing properly. Got our custom song playing. Try to land in the ocean. Can't do it. Try to land on the grass. Good to go. And the music resumes back from where we were. Get back in our airship. The music starts over. Try to land on the mountains. Can't do it. There we go. Yeah, and the sound effect for the airship is not playing, but oops. That's okay. That's just that's a minor little bug. I'm not sure if it's on my end or if it's just something weird happened just to spite me. But yeah, that's how you set up a basic little airship. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can drop by our Discord or our forums and leave a message there. You can also leave a message in the comments below this video. I will try to respond the best of my ability. If you haven't picked up your copy of RPG Architect already, be sure to grab it on Steam. We are still in early access, but we are well on our way to version 1.0. That's going to be here before you know it, to be honest with you. And so go ahead and pick up your copy now and start making the RPG of your dreams. Alright, I think that's going to do it for me today. As always, you have been amazing. I have been Bert, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.